This is a business where it takes a lot of, as my dad would say, patience and perseverance. Throughout our whole history, we've been so squarely focused on quality. Again, going back to the very earliest days, this is just a continuation of what we've been doing for some 87 plus years. Bourbon particularly is one of those iconic consumer products that date back to the very earliest days of our country. So you're thinking, how can we make this a really unique product? We found Beck's Hybrids in central Indiana, a family-owned, family-led company that was passionate about what they did every day.
My father and grandfather actually settled on the land in 1901. He and my dad started the hybrid seed corn business. I came along in 1964, and we had this other new thing called single cross corn. And so both of those were jump starts in the seed corn for farmers because you could do more breeding with it, you could discover more things. As we continue to breed for better hybrids, we also learned that just some things about making better bourbon would be to have very healthy hybrids. Heaven Hill's done an extra job of taking it to the next level by making sure that we start off with good corn. Good healthy corn makes good bourbon.
Then we had to find somebody to help us grow this grain. We went to another family-owned and operated enterprise, Peterson Farms.
My parents and my grandparents were all farmers. We can trace genealogy back to farmers in New York State 13 generations ago. A lot of history with our farming. Year after year, we rotate. Not the same crop is grown in the same location, same geography annually. We use wheat in our rotation. Wheat is a cover crop. The whole goal here is to keep something growing on the ground all the time, to preserve it not only from erosion, but also from degradation from sunlight. We've been employing no-till here since the early 60s. My grandfather was one of the pioneers of no-till. We are doing that on basically 90% of everything we farm, reserves the soil.
The whole process for grain to glass literally starts a year before we ever mash or distill it. We talk with Beck's and with Bernard Peterson to pick a variety of corn that's going to grow best on Bernard's farm right here in central Kentucky, that's going to have a high yield, that's going to make great whiskey. Let's not forget that Kentucky is an ingredient. I mean, everything about growing the whiskey here, I mean, we put it on the label, it's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. The weather, the water, the climate, the growing conditions, the way the grains grow here in central Kentucky, all contribute to how the whiskey turns out after maturation. They're clearly Heaven Hill whiskeys, but they are unique. It's not a different twist on an HH reg or anything. It is a different mash bill, a different process. They've been aged for a little over 6 years and in a traditional new charred white oak barrel with a number 3 char. Obviously, a large part of my job is maintaining the integrity of the whiskeys we make, but this one, we took it to the next level. It's much more hands-on deep dive into the ingredients. Heaven Hill Grain to Glass truly is a unique series of expressions.
The whole objective is to have a very transparent process.
You'll be able to look at the label and tell which hybrid of corn we used.
We highlight on the label where the seed came from, where it was produced, and all the other characteristics that you need in making certain what this product is all about.
And the whiskey tastes great too, so.
It's like a little bit like the baby being born. That was 7 years ago it was conceived, and now it's being born, so we're all kind of excited.
Is there a sense of pride knowing that our hard work went it? Absolutely. It's beyond words.
We make our products to be enjoyed with friends, and who better friend than the guy growing the grain for you?
We've sourced the corn from Beck's. We sourced the agricultural piece, the growing, from Peterson Farms. Both family-owned, family-led, passionate, extraordinarily focused, eye on quality, along with ourselves, the third partner. That's the magic that makes the whiskey.